Hi, I'm Rui Rodrigues. What is rhythm for you? I have asked this question many times to musicians, teachers, players, and many times people really don't have a definition for themselves of what they think rhythm is. Having a definition about rhythm will help you a lot as a musician, will help you a lot as a drummer. I've been talking to many drummers these past 2 months. We've been talking about rhythm, groove, technique. What is technique? What is groove? What is rhythm? My definition of rhythm is a succession of sounds and silences in time, in a way that you can understand them. Some rhythms are easier to understand than others. Why? Ask yourself these questions. In my YouTube channel, have you subscribed my YouTube channel? On my YouTube channel, I talk to many musicians and I ask them, what do they want from a drummer? Most of the times, they don't want this. Okay, it's cool to have technique, it's cool to play, and sometimes, of course, they will want a proficient drummer. But the truth is, people want you to listen, people want you to be rhythmic. That's why it's so important to have a definition for yourself. What is rhythm to you? It can be different things, okay? These are all things that you can use and you can reflect about your playing and where you want to be and where you are. I've been practicing so many years, you could say. I've been practicing to be a technician drummer or a groove drummer, and musicians usually want something so simple. They want me to listen, they want me to play the groove, they want me to be in the pocket. So what should we do? How should I practice to be a drummer? I believe that this is the first idea. To me, when I play, I think about how I want to establish my sounds and my silences, that people will understand it. So if my grooves are really easy to understand by other musicians, this is what most musicians want. Because that will show that I'm listening to them. That's the thing about rhythm. Rhythm and percussion was always a thing about bringing together, not taking people apart, okay? Having said this, I will show you some very simple examples on how you can start, and this is my first idea about drumming. It's not about singles or doubles or paradiddles. There are literally hundreds of stuff out there in the internet, wherever, that you can find nowadays. Remember this, there is no substitute for a great teacher, because we understand through human contact, explanations and empathy. Find someone that helps you, someone you can talk to, someone who responds, okay? When I think that rhythm to me means that I should work and play with sounds and silences, being that silences are really a big thing, really important. So what do musicians want from drummers and what the audience wants from drummers? That doesn't mean you should always be seeking what other people want. It's just that we're all humans and we can relate most of the times in most of the things. In my case, my definition makes me think that I should strive to do something that you understand. I will give you an example. Words. Are words real? They are not. A word sits on paper. If you write a word down, that's a word. What I'm saying to you here are just sounds. The rhythm is the same. If you pick up a pair of drumsticks and you play a clave, these are sounds and silences. Imagine that I would speak like this very fast, really fast, or if I would do this slowly. There's a good rhythm there's a not so good rhythm. There's an optimum space, okay? Where you have sounds and silences and people can understand you better. Think about words. Think about how you speak. That's also rhythm. Drums are just the same. If you make it clear for the most people, it doesn't mean you're playing simple or playing bad or wrong, okay? After I started publishing and doing this work on my YouTube channel, speaking with so many musicians, it made me realize that all this time, my point of view about drums and all the time I spent teaching and in schools dealing with rhythm, really I was in my right path. Percussion is so rich, so vast. You can do so many stuff with it. And you can always, every day you can sit on your drums and think differently about your drums, okay? That's why it was so important to me to share this with you on this first episode, this simple share of ideas. I would like to show you some suggestions of how I tend to think drums. Hopefully it will help you too. If you have some ideas you want to share, if you have some thoughts or things you want to talk about, send me a message, okay? What's your favorite rhythm? Which one of these was your favorite? Do you like rhythm number 1? Rhythm number 2. Please leave your comments below somewhere. If you think, for example, traditional rhythms. That's something I'm very fond of. World music, ancient music, it's everything there. If you go back and pick up things that maybe people don't use anymore or they use it in different contexts, your drumming will sound different right away. So try to use the technique to express your own ideas. Your ideas come from your definitions. Your definitions come from studying, reading books. These simple rhythms I'm going to show you here are all patterns, some of them very old, very ancient, some of them more recent. I am not an Emmy award drummer, okay? I don't record albums every month or even every year. So who am I to tell you these things? I'm only sharing my experience. I've been teaching drums for many years. I've wrote some books on traditional rhythms. So when I decided to ask musicians what do they want from drummers, I started realizing that most musicians want you to play the song. And that's what I've been teaching to my students all this time. Do your own stuff. Try to do it. What is a good drummer? What is a good rhythm? They want a good drummer. He's a good professional. He keeps time. He has a good sound. He has enough knowledge to serve the music and the projects. He has empathy. And he doesn't think inside the boundaries of his own instrument. So I always worked with hundreds of kids all through these years, passing this message. Rhythm is everywhere. And if you can find a common rhythm, you will sound like a better drummer. So see you soon. Please check out my YouTube channel. So many great musicians share their opinions there. Musicians talking about music, musicians talking about drummers. Check out my live talks on Instagram, Rui Rodrigues Drums. Creative musicians out there, if you would like to try some of my drumming, I can send them to you wherever you are, whatever in the world. Enjoy rhythm! Just play along all day.